Well, hey everyone, Legoshi the Gamer here, and now before you guys decide to like raise your pitchforks and torches at me, because you've probably already just only looked at the title and probably decided to dislike or decide to post a hate comment on my channel or unsubscribe, etc., etc. But look, all this video is it's just a hot take. That's all. All it just is, it's just a simple hot take for me to explain why this game is not a bad game, in my opinion. It's not the best game I've ever played, but certainly not the worst game I've ever played. Another thing I also want to mention is that in the disclaimer is that if you read the description, there's a quick disclaimer explaining that this video is not meant to be in any shape or form. It's not meant to be, rage bait, nor it is meant to be like an attack on people who don't like this game or an attack on the people that I'm about to mention, okay? It's not meant to be an attack. So, to put this out of the way, if you like this game, that is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. If you don't like this game, though, then yeah, that is perfectly fine. I respect your opinion. I really do respect your opinion. Okay? Now, this game, Unalive Squad eliminate the Justice League. It's a pretty controversial game of this year. And the thing is that I do understand the hate that this game is getting. However, in my opinion, I don't think that this game deserves all the hate that it's getting. Yeah, I don't really think this game deserves all the hate, okay? But that's just mostly in my opinion. I don't think this game deserves the hate. Now, the reason why I don't think that this game deserves the hate is because, uh, the thing is that it's my opinion, my personal opinion, but I don't. I've seen some people like call this game a woke game, which I don't think it is woke. I don't think it's woke at all. I don't really think it is woke at all. Okay, I just don't think it is. Like I don't understand what do they mean by this is a woke game because whatever they mean by that, it's not. It's not. I don't think it's not, in my opinion. But anyways, let me discuss. Some of the problems that some people had with this game was like, this game is not what they wanted. This is not what they asked for. However, in response to that, it's like, look, just because, which it makes sense. Nobody asked for this. Nobody wanted this. Most people wanted, a Batman Beyond game, and not this. However, I also wanted a Batman Beyond game too, but just because we got this over instead of a Batman Beyond game, that doesn't mean that this that doesn't mean on the live squad is bad. Okay, it doesn't mean that. Okay. Another thing I also wanted to mention was that what else was there? Right, just another thing is that it yeah. Oh fuck, what else? Another thing I also wanted to mention was that just because another crap, what was it? Right. Okay, so another thing is that people say that some people call this game Unalive Squad, Unalive's Rocksteady, or Unalive's the Arkhamverse and all that stuff. And I can see why because this game supposedly takes place in the Arkhamverse, Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. Supposedly this game takes place in that series, so people are calling it that because of this game, the series is ruined for them, which my response, which honestly, just because something ruined a series for you, like what I mean, right? Just because like you don't like one certain part of of the series or anything like that, don't let that ruin the rest of the series. For instance, Star Wars. I don't like the sequel trilogy. I've never had, and I probably never will. But look, just because I don't like the sequel trilogy, did that stop me from did that stop me from liking the rest of Star Wars? Well, no. I still like the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, okay? I still do like them. It just I just I'm not letting the sequel trilogy ruin, my like on Star Wars. Like and alright, there's also Acolyte. The absolute trash that was Acolyte. Acolyte as well. Acolyte was also awful. But did I let that ruin my life for Star Wars as well? No, I didn't. So yeah, just because if you don't like this game, then if you don't like this game and you think that it ruined the series for you or your likes in Rocksteady, just don't let that stop you. Just don't let that stop you, okay? Just don't. Now, another thing I also did want to mention is that the thing about this is that, of course, some people did say it was a woke game. Like, for instance, there are some YouTubers like Rev says Deku, I think it's called, Smash JT, Doomblazer. There's also Dark. There's also Vera Dark as well. I think that's what her name is. Those four I just list off, those are like anti-woke YouTubers, if I remember correctly. And some people, yeah, they really, really don't like this game. And I just with anti-woke YouTubers, I actually, in my opinion, I don't like anti-woke YouTubers. Okay, I never have, and I like never will. Okay, I never liked anti-woke YouTubers. Okay, I don't know why. Just I don't find them interesting to me. Now look, if you like the YouTubers that I just mentioned, like if you like anti-woke YouTubers, all right, that's perfectly fine. I respect your opinion. Okay, I respect your opinion for selecting something that I don't like. Okay. But if you're wondering, no, it's not because of this game on why I don't like anti-woke YouTubers. No, it's not. The main reason for why I don't like anti-woke YouTubers is because of this. The Dead Rising remake. Now, when the Dead Rising remake came out, I was excited, honestly. I was excited because it's like a game well, this year I did get into the Dead Rising series, and I enjoyed it. Soon I do have a video next year talking about, the Dead Rising series and why I liked it. And yeah, so when I heard that the first game was getting a remake, I was stoked. I was really stoked to hear that. But then there were some issues that came with it. There was the Chinese butcher guy, which they actually changed him, and then yeah, that made some people not that made some people pretty mad because censorship. There's also the fact that they removed erotica photos, which I'm okay with that. I'm not really too. And then there was also the fact that there was, however, yeah, the one change that did bother me a lot was the change that they did with Cliff Hudson, who was my favorite boss in the whole game. Yeah, in Dead Rising 1. So my favorite boss in Dead Rising 1, and the thing that they did was that in the original he was like a Vietnam veteran, I think, and yeah, he was like a Vietnam War veteran, and that was pretty cool because it's like the one thing I love about Dead Rising bosses is that what was it? Is that they give a lot of character and background to characters that you're not going to see for that long on screen, which most games nowadays rarely do that. But yeah, I just like that how Cliff was like a war veteran and like he was like suffering from PTSD, which is what caused him to go berserk and attack Frank and all that stuff. And Frank actually feels remorse at the end after killing him because, well, the reason why Cliff went berserk was because of the fact that the zombies ate his daughter, I think. And yeah, so Cliff's backstory is one of the reasons why I really like him, as well as his fight. I also really like Cliff from that. But they changed him because in his dialogue he says that Frank is Viet Cong and straight up like slashes at him with his machete, saying he's nothing but a filthy communist. But in the remake they changed this to that he says that Frank is a mole and he's nothing but a filthy animal when he slashes at him, which that kind of takes away from his character with him being a war veteran and all stuff. But yeah, aside from that change, everything else, all the other changes, I'm okay with. However, the anti-woke YouTubers were not okay with that. Very Dark and other YouTubers they weren't okay with that, and they started calling Dead Rising a woke game, which I don't think the Dead Rising game is. I don't think the Dead Rising remake is woke. Okay, I just don't. Now look, if you don't like the Dead Rising remake, perfect. That is perfectly fine. Okay, if you do like it, that is also perfectly fine. Now, anyways, back to this game. I've seen some people like complain about the character designs and all that stuff, but honestly, I really kind of like the playable characters that we have. Like the traversal. The traversal is probably my favorite part of this game because every character has like their own unique traversal mechanic. I'm right now playing as Boomerang, as you can see. And the thing about Boomerang is that he has like some sort of like speed boomerang that gives him like flash speed. I think. I'm not too sure. There's a there's Deadshot who he has a jetpack, which you know. Then there's Harley who she basically becomes fucking Spider-Man because she uses a grappling hook and drone to traverse around. But my personal favorite has to be King Shark because his traversal he doesn't need any cool technology or anything like that. All he just needs, he can make his own way. Like he can traverse his own way. Like he makes like super jumps and all that shit, and it's pretty cool. Especially since King Shark is honestly very, very underrated in my opinion. And then Boomerang. Boomerang's probably my second favorite character in this game, mainly because yeah, Boomerang is also very heavily underrated, as well as the fact that I have kind of a bit of a soft spot for Australian characters in games. I don't know why, probably because I do have a friend who is an Australian, but yeah. But anyways, yeah, I've seen some people criticizing the design, saying that they look terrible. Harley's especially. Like Harley's, like you see Harley a lot in videos about ranting on this game. Like saying like I've seen some people say that Harley's design is like ugly and all that shit. Which in my defense, okay, in my defense, okay, yeah, in my defense of Harley's design, this is a crazy clown lady, okay, this is a crazy clown lady. I don't expect now, yeah, as some people may know, I don't like clowns. I never had, and I never will. Okay, I don't like clowns. This is no exception. Okay, this is no exception. Because yeah, I don't expect for a crazy clown lady to look yeah, I don't expect for a crazy clown lady to look gorgeous and all that stuff. I don't expect for that for. Another thing, but yeah, Harley's design, I kind of like it honestly. Like the outfit, it really does honestly look good. Like if I was actually a girl, like yeah, if I was actually female, I would probably wear that. I would definitely wear that. Except the only problem that I do have is that, of course, as you can see, I have ponytails for her. However, her main hairstyle is supposed to be hair buns, which that's the thing that I don't like. I don't think hair buns work well with her. Like whenever I think of Harley, I don't think of hair buns. Okay, I don't think of her with hair buns. I usually think of her with ponytails and all that stuff. Okay, yeah, I usually think of her with ponytails and not little hair buns. But yeah, so if you don't like Harley's design, if you don't like any of the characters' designs, then that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly okay. Me personally, I'm all right with them. Okay, I'm perfectly all right with them. Yeah, the only thing I just don't like about Harley is the hair buns. Okay, I just don't like the hair buns. The ponytails work a lot more because, well, it's Harley. But another thing that I do like about this game is the combat. Okay, the combat is honestly it's all right. I guess it's all right. I guess because this game is like Anthem. I think because this game is like yeah a looter shooter just like Anthem from where correctly. However, I've also seen a lot of people compare this game to what's it called? Avengers. Avengers, because that game was also very heavily disappointing, and it was also a live service game when in reality it shouldn't. But yeah, I think the problem with this game is that it is live service, which yeah, I honestly feel like this game shouldn't be live service. I feel like this game kind of should have been like well, it's okay to have multiplayer and all that stuff, but making it fully based around live service just kind of sucks, honestly. Like this is not, you know. But yeah, I feel like, but honestly, I kind of find this game a bit better than Avengers, mainly because of the fact that not just because of the combat, but because this game is actually open world, and I kind of like exploring in open world games, like going around place to place, and the fact that everyone has. And the fact that I really, really enjoy the mobility of this game and all that stuff makes it even better. Okay, that's it. Now, another thing I also did want to mention was, right, what is it? Right, another problem that some people did have with this game is not only the live service and what else? But yeah, there's also, this game has a DLC as well, which, the thing is, some people were complaining about the DLC, since it introduced new DLC characters, those being Joker, Mrs. Freeze, Lawless, and Deathstroke, which, the designs of those four characters, they're fine, I guess. I've seen a lot of people that complain about Joker's design, like saying things like, oh, that's not the Joker, that's the Joinker, or that's the Giggler, or that's the Twinkler, or that's the Smiler, or that's the Laughter, or that's the Joke. Yeah, I can get why, because the way that they made Joker look like in this game, it basically made him look less like Joker and more like fucking James Charles, honestly. Like if James Charles decided to become Joker. However, I know, of course, this isn't supposed to be, the real Joker, because if this game supposedly takes place in the Arkhamverse, then, as you guys probably know what happened to Joker at the end of Arkham City, right? You guys probably do know that. But, so yeah, this is supposed to, so Joker is supposed to be like an alternate universe Joker. Then there's Mrs. Freeze, which yeah, I don't like Mrs. Freeze at all. I can't really say anything to defend her design. Then there's Lawless, which Lawless I don't really know too much. Like at first when I saw about Lawless, I thought to myself, who the fuck is this supposed to be? Especially since Lawless kind of looked at a lot similar to Dr. Salome from Fortnite, and yeah. Uh, I was okay with her design, but some people weren't okay with her design, saying that she was race swapped and all that stuff. But then again, remember, Deadshot was also, well, I don't want to say Deadshot was race swapped because according to in the because in City and Origins he was a white guy, and now in this game he's a black guy. But apparently, the reasoning was that the Deadshot that we faced off against in Origins and City was apparently an imposter, and the one in this game is actually the real Deadshot, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Lawless's design is it's fine, it's alright, I guess. Deathstroke, however, Deathstroke is actually probably the best design because what they did is that it feels like honestly Rocksteady knew that they could not fuck up Deathstroke. Well, they've already fucked him up once in Arkham Knight. Look, as good as Arkham Knight is, you gotta admit the fact that they basically gave Deathstroke in Arkham Knight the Origins Wolverine Deadpool treatment. You gotta agree with that, right? Because a tank fight, seriously, you couldn't have done any better, especially considering the fact that, well, yes, I know Arkham Origins is not made by Rocksteady. However, the game kind of feels like it was actually made by Rocksteady. But in Arkham Origins, he had a very, very cool fight. He had a very cool fight. And but in Night is a disappointment. It is such a disappointment, honestly. But yeah, but in this game, Deathstroke is literally just normal Deathstroke. They didn't fuck him up or anything, which is honestly cool. It's honestly cool. But yeah, if I had to rank the characters that I have right now from best to worst, it would be Deadshot. Honestly, I'm actually not really a big fan of Deadshot. I'm more of a fan of Deathstroke rather than Deadshot. And I made sure to not confuse the names together, which it makes sense why some people would confuse the names because they both have like death in their name and stroke and shot. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, I'm more of a fan of Deathstroke rather than Deadshot. Harley's design, it's alright. Harley, I don't want to say she's like overrated and all that stuff. Well, she's a bit overrated, but I don't hate her that much. Okay, like yeah. And then second place would be Boomerang because, well, of course I have a soft spot for Australian characters and the fact that yeah, okay. There's also Shark. Shark's probably my favorite. I just like his whole traversal mechanic, and I just like how he is in this game. Okay, I just really like how he is in this game because it just, in a way, I can see that it's like the devs, like I mean not the devs. It's like the voice cast had fun voicing the characters that they got to voice. Honestly, I can tell. Usually, I can tell when when voice actors had fun voicing the character that they were voicing. I can usually tell. Like for instance, the new Indiana Jones game, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. That game has some top quality voice acting, and I soon can't wait to play it solely because of the voice acting. Well, not solely because of the voice acting, but look, when I heard the voice acting in the game, I was like, "Yep, I'm definitely purchasing it. I'm definitely going to soon purchase it." And for correctly, it's made by Machine Games, aka the same people who were behind what's it called? Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein, yeah, Wolfenstein. Alright, another thing that so yeah, I don't find this game bad as everyone else says it does, but there are still, however, I do agree with some flaws here and there and all that stuff. Another thing to also point out is that yeah, if you don't like this game, that is perfectly fine. That's perfectly normal. I respect your opinion. If you do like this game, that is perfectly normal. However, one massive problem is that it feels like, the expression, if you're not with me, you're against me and all that stuff. In a way, it feels like if you don't jump on the hate train with everyone else, then you're gonna get run over by it. And what I mean is, I get run over is that the haters will end up like the hate to this game can get so out of control to the point where it's like if you mention that you like this game and all that stuff, then you're basically gonna get attacked by other people, which is not cool at all. It's not. Look, like I just said, if you don't like this game, that is perfectly fine. I respect your opinion. However, don't go out of the way to harass other people who do like this game, and don't go out of the way to harass me because I said that the game was alright in my opinion. Okay? I am with you guys. I do understand what you guys are saying by why this game sucks and all that stuff. I'm also with the people who do like this game because I can understand why, But yeah, but yeah. So this game, in my opinion, it's I give it like a B minus, a B minus. A lot of other people would probably give it like an F minus, but me, I'm quite a generous person. Okay, I'm quite a generous person, so I give it a B minus. Now, would I actually recommend for you to buy this game? It's your choice if you want to or not. It's your choice. But yeah, to put it long story short, this game is actually not as bad as everyone else says it is. Heck, if you just heck, there's some I know a lot worse. Like to all the haters out there, would you rather play this or would you rather play Concord, huh? Because Concord is so unbelievably terrible. You know how bad Concord is? It's so bad to the point where I could probably make a whole video just talking about it of talking about how bad it was. Because the funny thing about Concord was the fact that it was so terrible to the point where it got shut down in like 2 weeks. Only 2 weeks. Only 2 weeks. It lasted only 2 weeks. And it was one of the most expensive failures ever. Because a lot of people, one problem about this game is that this game, when it failed, it costed them like around, it costed Warner Brothers around $2 million. So, yeah, Warner Brothers just lost $2 million because of this game. However, do you know how much Concord lost? Concord lost about $4 million. They lost $4 million, which is just it's insane. The fact that it took them long to work on this game, the fact that it costed that much money to make, only for it to die out in like that, only for it to die out in 2 weeks, it's just insane to me. It's just insane how this game literally failed in just only 2 weeks. But yeah, Concord. So yeah, if you compare this game to other terrible games, it's not that it's not that bad actually. It's not that bad. Heck, let's go back to 2023, which some people say is the best one of the best years for gaming. Which yeah, I see why because I mean a lot of very highly anticipated games released it last year. However, at the cost of that, there were some pretty there was a lot of stinkers that came out that year. Like there was like games like Rise of Kong or like Day Before or Redfall and all that stuff. Like all those games also are like way worse than this game. If you guys thought this, so yeah, if you guys thought this game was bad, you look at other games like Rise of Kong, Golem, I mean not Conquer. I already mentioned that game, and that game came out this year. So yeah, if you like take a look at if you like compare this game to games like Rise of Kong, Concord. I mean not Concord. I mean if you compare this game to games like Golem, Rise of Kong, there's a Walking Dead game that came out last year which sucked. The day before, yeah, the day before also came out that year, and it also failed badly. And all those other games, then yeah, this game's probably a masterpiece compared to most other bad games. But yeah, all in all, the way to summarize it is that yeah, I don't think that this game is a woke game. I don't think that this game is terrible. I don't think that this game is good. It's far from being it's far from a good game. It is very far from a good game. However, Unalive Squad is also very far from being an awful game as well. So yeah, I'm gonna say this again, but if you don't like this game, if you despise this game, perfect. That's perfectly fine. Okay, that's all right. I'm not gonna attack you guys for having an opinion. I won't. It's all right. It's all right if you don't like this game because I know a lot of people don't like this game. However, if you do like this game, that is also all right as well. So, anyways, in summary, this video was not only a way to show my opinion and why I don't find this game to be, as bad as everyone else says it is, but this video was also made to show that, what else? Right. This video was also made to show that I need to take risks sometimes because I need to take risks on my channel for a bit because, well, this video is definitely going to be, a video that's basically just taking a risk on my channel and all that stuff. But yeah, if this video ends up getting some backlash and all that stuff, then I would probably try to make up for it because I have Power World, and I'm very addicted to, and I got super addicted to Power World. So expect for me to do a Power World video, okay? Expect that, okay? Because the Power World video would basically be my apology video for this, okay? If it gets backlash. It just, yeah, this video is also meant to show that I have the balls to do certain things that no one else probably would. Like, I even told my friend Wolf. I told my friend Wolf that I was gonna be doing a video I was gonna be doing a video that was gonna put my channel that's gonna be putting my reputation on the line and all that stuff, and he said cool. My response to that was, how is that cool? How is that cool? I'm literally doing a video that is going to harm my reputation. And his response was that what was it again? What's his response again? I gotta remember. His response was that oh, I gotta remember. So what I was gonna say is that so the reason why he said that was cool, and I was like, how is that cool? Because I'm literally putting my reputation on the line. His response was that it's because I'm not gonna get anywhere if I just play it safe on my channel. Okay, I just want my own opinion to be heard and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm sorry. This video, like I just stated at the start of the video and in the disclaimer, this video is not meant to be rage bait, nor is it meant to be an attack on people who don't like this game or an attack on the anti-woke YouTubers that I just mentioned. Okay? So, yeah. Long story short, this game is actually not that bad as everyone says it is. Well, in my opinion, that is. If you don't like this game, that is perfectly fine. That is alright. If you don't like it, then that's perfectly fine. If you do like this game, that is also perfectly fine. Like, if you like this game, you're not a bad person. You're not a bad person, okay? You're not a bad person. However, to the people who don't like this game, don't go out of your way to harass people who do like this game. I get that this game is not that great and all that stuff, but if someone else likes this game, just don't go out of your way to do that and all that stuff. And that also means don't go out of your way to harass me because, well, as I just stated before, this is my own personal opinion, alright? My own personal opinion, so, yeah. It may not be the most popular hot take, but it's still a hot take, okay? Still a hot take. Still my own personal opinion that, But yeah, if this video does end up getting some backlash, I will make a video on Power World for, my redemption video and all that stuff. Because, yeah, I became really addicted to Power World ever since I started to play it. But yeah. Anyways, you guys, that'll be all. Would I make a response to this video? Probably I would make a response video if this does get a backlash, but at the same time I'm kind of nervous because while making a response video would probably extinguish the flames that I caused, at the same time, sometimes apology videos can tend to, pour gasoline on the fire rather than extinguish it, which, yeah, that's not what I want to happen. So yeah, expect a Power World video and all that stuff. And yeah, another thing is that this video was meant to be inspired by Iron Smashula's video on him defending this game, saying that no, this game did not kill the Arkhamverse and all that stuff. And yeah, this video is meant to be more inspired by that video. I recommend for you to check it out. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to go see that because this video is miles better than my video. Okay, it's more better than my video because he mostly addresses explains betterly. Yeah, betterly explains the all that stuff. And yeah. So anyways, I'm sorry this video is, not meant to be for rage bait purposes or for, an attack on the haters on this game. But all this is that, yeah, this game, it's alright. It's alright at best. It's decent at best. And it's not the best game I've ever played, but certainly not the worst game I've ever played. Anyways, I really hope you guys did enjoy this video, which I feel like some people probably wouldn't enjoy this video. But yeah, to end off, as I just said a lot of times in this video, if you like this game, then that's perfectly fine. That's alright. If you don't like this game, that's also perfectly fine. I respect anyone's opinions, okay? I respect your opinion. And yeah, all in all, it's time to fully wrap things up. So, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.